Alright, welcome back to Mass Effect Andromeda.
Engineering update. We are
Oh,
working on accessing more power from the Hyperion.
yeah, you need the power.
All
And,
non-relevant repair
oh,
requests are currently on hold until power coupling is complete.
yeah, do your power coupling,
Hello,
you know.
Console.
Oh,
You and I are going to be very good friends. We'll get you all fixed up and ready to go in no time.
oh, this
As
console
soon
is
as we hook
broken?
you up to all that juicy power.
I mean, yeah. I guess if I can find more arcs, that'll
The
help.
Hyperion coupling annex.
Right.
This is Nexus Control to Hyperion. It's good to have you here.
It gets me here. We have.
Excellent.
How the
Let's go
hell
over the
should I
docking
know?
checklist, shall we?
Spender, you have a job. If you want to keep it, do it. God damn it.
What's going on here?
Please be advised that Hyperion docking procedures are now complete.
Anything to scan over here? Addison? Hello?
All right, what happened?
To who?
To whom? And your goddamn father.
Oh, he died. Yeah, he's dead.
Sorry, my face is tired from dealing with everything. And right now, I just want to know what happened with Alec.
He's gone.
I don't want to get into it. Things went wrong. And now I'm the one you have to deal with.
Alec Ryder wouldn't accept that kind of ultimatum. Damned if I will. We'd never have left home if we... Not home. The Milky Way. This is home. This mess.
We'll deal
We
with
don't
it.
have a lot of options, Ryder. Maybe you'll prove your father right. After 14 months of failed colonization, forgive me if I don't hold my breath.
Alright, insight into the strange tech.
There's also the strange technology. Has anyone studied that?
We've tried. Not me. The brains in research. They're supposed to know their business. The current excuse? The tech we dug up on Mars was more advanced, but it was plug and go. The tech here thinks different? I don't know. We've mostly avoided it. And from what the Hyperion logs say about Alec, maybe that's good.
It is dangerous. Colonel Director position.
How do you fit into the Nexus leadership?
I oversee the actual settlement effort. As the number of outposts is currently less than ideal, my influence is limited. As Tan is quick to remind me. Left a perfectly adequate career as a chief officer. Provincial capital, too. Only a new galaxy could pull me away. And here we are, idling.
What is the relationship with my dad?
You called my father Alec. No one does that.
A lot of us joined the initiative because of his vision. What he shared of it, anyway.
Were you friends? Or...
I'm not your new mother, if that's what you're asking.
Okay.
Or his friend. He hated that I didn't use his title. But no one's a Pathfinder until they've path-found something. Much like a colonial director without colonies.
What was the plan for the hostiles?
there must be some kind of plan for encountering hostile aliens. We can't have been that naive.
We expected life, not an enemy that refuses to talk. They don't attack, they disinfect. We're nothing until we're bacteria. Sorry, 14 months and you stoop to poetry. That's how bad it is.
We have guns.
Not sure who started it, but we're calling them Ket. Kandros will know more. Maybe too much.
You don't trust him?
I trust him to defend us. I do not trust a rising military influence in a supposedly civilian initiative. We came here to make history, Ryder, not repeat it. Ugh, goddamn poetry.
What about the failing outposts?
You've had no colony successes in over a year. How many tries is that?
Less than you'd think. The Scourge, spoiled worlds, exiles, hostiles. We can't just plop down an outpost and expect picket fences. We need the Pathfinder and Sam to scout, evaluate, and inspire. The initiative promised a goal. Andromeda has not cooperated.
And if it had?
Beautiful utopian horseshit. Colonies that produce and support each other. The Nexus a citadel, not headed by Tan, or even me.
Well, I'll be going.
Excuse me, Director Addison.
Ryder?
It's Pathfinder.
Ryder, we're starving here. If we don't get a foundation of outposts to feed the initiative, we might as well be 600 years dead. Alec promised a lot. None of it panned out.
I'll
That's
work
what you're up
on it.
against. Why people won't trust you. Why I don't trust you. Prove me wrong.
Nexus, Foster Addison. Oh, come on. Yeah, we read all this stuff, didn't we? Andromeda Initiative, the Nexus. Well, we didn't read this. Foster Addison. Previous previous to the initiative, Foster Addison was the chief operations officer for a provincial capital. She stated in her screening interviews that she preferred the position because it was the highest non-elected municipal office. It carried responsibility without requiring a public face. Foster was asked to head colonial affairs early during initiative training. She accepted after being assured that it was temporary. After arrival, Outpost would appoint a council and she could be obscure on a new world. In the meantime, she would remain senior advisor to Jean Garson. Unfortunately, Garson died in the Nexus's initial Scourge impact to be replaced by Director Tan. During the rebuilding, Colonial Director Addison had no colonial affairs to direct. That limited influence she wielded and increased the scrutiny demanded. That limited the influence she wielded and increased the scrutiny demanded. Okay. She has expressed frustration at the open-ended nature of her position and the ongoing need for statements about the status or lack of Outpost. Though she remains eminently capable, it appears to be exactly the job she didn't want. Oh, great. And the Ket. According to Nexus officials, the aliens encountered on Habitat 7 are known as the Ket, a species that has proven hostile in every reported encounter. That's bad. Little is known about them or their motives. The Ket possess technology and weapons at least on par with the initiatives and have been responsible for the death or capture of many initiative personnel. The only commonality is that the Keth have a clear interest in the strange structures and technology seen on Habitat 7 and, as we now know, on several worlds in the Helios cluster. Okay, Scouts and prospecting teams trying to investigate this technology are invariably attacked by the Ket, who take any scans or research materials by force. Why the Ket have such an interest in this technology is unknown, but the Nexus has issued warning bulletins to all off-station teams to avoid these sites for their own safety. And so we did... Okay, well... whatever.
Disembarkation procedures for Hyperion are on hold. Please
Wait.
wait further instructions.
Really? Hello, I'm the captain now. Alright. Speak with Director Dan in Pathfinder headquarters. Or I can just walk around. What's in here?
Hyperion power draw is now
Cash.
100%.
If you don't mind. Some beryllium. Lightweight construction in a variety of applications. I'll just be taking that. Data pad. Same shift, same shit, different day. For posterity, in case the initiative goes belly up. The Nexus is a 4-ring circus. Don't like how Tan operates and his disdain for the Krogan is obvious. I believe his intentions are ultimately good, but he's an opportunist who's likely to create dissent. I don't see the Nexus coming together if he's left unchecked. It's already polarizing Addison. She's taking the cue to circle the wagons. I think I can talk to Kendoris about this and at least try to get the two of us more coordinated, or maybe not. Seriously hate this kind of drama. Graphics card? No.
Yes, I know the Hyperion docking unannounced caused some switches to blow. That's fine. I don't care. We know the problem is more widespread than we thought. We're working to fix it. That's all. My crew's working on it. We've moved the Ops Center to the top of our priority list.
Oh, the Ops Center has
That's an
stopped
entire
working.
sector showing green. Good job, you two.
Seems to be doing a good job.
I'll check it out myself as soon as I have a moment. Move on to the docks for now.
Please be advised that Hyperion docking procedures are now complete.
Hello, Kesh.
There you are. Hope the others haven't been giving you a hard time. There's a lot that needs doing. At least with the Hyperion hooked up and feeding us power, my team and I can get more work done.
And what is your job?
What kind of work do you do as superintendent?
I was part of the team that originally designed and built this place. I keep the station functional, or as functional as possible, considering.
And there are more Krogans.
I noticed there aren't a lot of Krogan around.
You haven't spoken to number 8 yet, have you?
Number 8?
Tan. Ask him why most of my people left. He'll have opinions. I can tell you this much. When the mutiny happened, a deal was made. My clan were supposed to settle matters and, in return, get more say in the initiative.
And who is number 8?
Why do you call Tan 8?
Because he was 8th in line
Oh.
to take over the Andromeda initiative.
That makes sense.
I like to remind him of that now and then. Keep him humble.
And how did he deal with Tan? How did he
Did
deal
the
with the
deal go
Krogans?
through?
The clan held up their part, but Tan had a meltdown when he found out we wanted more say around here. Then Addison's assistant, Spender, pretended he never made the deal in the first place. It was a mess, but I don't blame my people for walking out. We're done being used.
Then why are you still here? Yeah.
With your clan gone, why did you stay?
It's complicated. The station and my clan both need me here.
Alright, I guess it's sometimes they had to come back. What are the problems with the Nexus?
What sort of problems have you seen on the Nexus?
Situation's gone to shit pretty much sums it up. There's arcs missing. Some idiots tried to mutiny and take over, then more idiots offended my clan, so they left. And to top it all off, the founder of the initiative, Gian Garson, was killed.
What happened to Jean Garson?
Killed in the Scourge disaster. Her and a bunch of the other leaders. Tan might know more.
And more problems?
And I thought the Hyperion had it bad when we arrived. Anything else?
The outposts aren't happening because we don't have resources or people, so Addison's more uptight than ever. And let's not forget how badly the station was damaged on arrival. But that's a detail, according to some. My team and I are repairing what we can. If we don't get materials soon, things will go downhill. Fast.
Alright. What about the Genophage?
When
Which is
we left
cured
the
now,
Milky
by
Way,
the way.
the Krogan were still dealing with the Genophage.
Right. The Genophage. A little gift to our people from the Solarians thousands of years ago. That sterility virus they infected us with left most of our children stillborn. Only 1 in 1,000 survive.
No wonder your people have such a problem with Solarians.
Some wounds never heal. Not that my ancestors didn't provoke it. They did try to conquer the galaxy. The Solarians were forced to respond. And it's not fair to blame it all on them either. The Solarians developed the virus, but it was the Turians who deployed it. I'm hoping that's all in the past. Plenty of blame to go around, but Andromeda is about new beginnings. My people need that more than most.
What about a cure?
What about the Krogan here in Andromeda?
There's no cure for it. But my clan was starting to show mutation against
Ah,
the
yeah.
virus.
Morden
A
did
natural
something
defense.
to do that, right?
During the trip to get here, Krogan underwent gene therapies to enhance the mutation while we were in stasis.
So you used those 600 years to your advantage. Gave the adaptation more time to develop.
Yeah. It's still early, but I think we made a dent. Our scientists say we've improved viability to almost 4%, which is a lot better than what we had.
That was 0.1,
Beyond
right?
all the statistics, it means more Krogan children will live. It's the only way my people have a future out here.
Alright. Well, I'm done for now.
Nothing more for now.
Try not to die out there.
No promises. Andromeda Initiative, the Nexus. Nakmor Kesh. Overseer of the Nexus initial design and construction phase in the Milky Way, Nakmor Kesh is currently superintendent of the station. She has oversight of the Nexus proper, maintaining systems, integrating any returning arcs, and continuing construction efforts. She is also considered a senior figure in Clan Nakmor, despite the departure of the majority of the Krogan from the Nexus. Cash herself describes her role as fixer-in-chief. Records from the Nexus uprising show Cash played a key role in keeping the station operational during the crisis. Her strong management and knowledge of the station makes her an irreplaceable member of the Nexus leadership. Though minutes of official meetings suggest she and Director Jarun Tan are often at odds, Cash's presence ensures the Krogan still have a powerful voice on the Nexus. Yeah, it makes sense. You at least want someone, even if everyone else is left.
Engineering update. We are working on accessing more power from the Hyperion.
Colonial Affairs.
Non-relevant repair requests are currently on hold until power coupling is
Soldier. Lady, random lady. Information wall. We had one of these.
I'm Gian Garson, founder of the initiative. It's through your hard work that the vision of the Nexus has come to life. You and all your colleagues bind our proud new colonies together. Look around at your achievements. And if you have any questions, my door is always open.
Founder
not.
Garson's office is located at Workspace Not Allocated. Please select a topic.
Viability status.
Viable planets capable of supporting life are key to our survival in Andromeda. The viability of a world is affected by several factors, including temperature, resources, threat levels, political stability, and so on. We have few viable planets currently within range. Resource levels are considered at risk.
At risk, great. My employee data.
You are Employee Writer, Salary Code 19B, Active Pathfinder. Your supervisor is Director Tan.
Oh, wow.
Based on current staffing needs, you will be eligible for paid vacation time in 587 days.
Great.
Seriously?
Why not plan on which beautiful colony you'll vacation on while you wait?
And while you're waiting, just make the planets as well.
For
Anyway.
initiative strategy and Pathfinder coordination, please see Director Jaren Tan. For colonial affairs or outpost status, please see Director Foster Addison. For station maintenance, please contact Superintendent Nakmor Kesh. For militia operations or Apex deployment, please see Tyran Kandros.
Nexus status.
Integration from the Hyperion is ongoing. Personnel are still restricted to operations.
And selection
The
process.
selection process saw the Andromeda Initiative evaluate thousands of potential habitable planets within the galaxy. After discovering an unusually high ratio of potential candidates, or golden worlds, the Helios cluster was selected as our destination. Even at a distance, studying the light from stars can reveal much about their planet's composition and atmosphere. 7 worlds, nicknamed habitats, have the life-supporting environments and resources we need to start our new lives in Andromeda.
Alright, well, we log off for now.
Please be advised that Hyperion docking procedures are now complete.
And can I jump up here? Most definitely can. Nothing over here though. What about you two? Nothing?
Engineering update. We are working on accessing more power from the Hyperion.
So we saw this entire place. What the
On
hell?
hold until power coupling is complete.
Hmm.
You weren't listed as bringing that many colony power generators along. Really? Excellent. I'll let Addison know. She'll be pleased.
Did you bring more than expected? That's good.
Disembarkation procedures for Hyperion are on hold.
You know what? I'll visit there later.
Melody, you already checked the consoles down here, right? Huh. I think you forgot to hit confirm when you filled out the forms. They're not listed. Nah, it's fine. If you say you fixed them, you did. I'll just check those boxes for you.
Did he not do the work?
Right then. But yeah. Try firing off sets 23B to 54C in the 3rd quadrant. Did that work? Excellent. I'll move on to the next set. We'll get this place fixed eventually.
They're working on it. That's good. That's how you fix things. Arms merchant.
Disembarkation
This is
procedures
a jail?
for Hyperion are on hold. Please await further instructions.
Weapons and stuff. I got you covered. Use the console to take a look through what I got. It'd be a lot easier if I weren't missing half my stock.
What's with these prizes?
Ouch. Why am I paying for these?
Half the supplies are inaccessible, what with how we crash landed and all. And I have to trade with the crooks out there for the rest, so...
N7 Crusader. Oh man. Ultra rare shotgun. This semi-automatic weapon has greater accuracy than most shotguns because it fires an ultra-dense projectile instead of a typical pellet cluster. The initiative stock of N7 Crusaders are heavily modified compared to those used in the Milky Way Systems Alliance. The M7 Falcon rare assault rifle. Lighter and more accurate than most grenade launchers, the Andromeda Initiative's M37 Falcon generates its ammunition through a field fabrication kit. The launcher and explosives contain sensors that allow the miniature grenades to bounce off walls and cover, then detonate immediately on contact with the target. You got an Omniblade 2, common melee weapon. This disposable silicon carbide weapon can be forged by an Omni tool fabricator. The transparent Omniblade is suspended in a mass effect field, safely away from the user's skin, and warning lights illuminate the fields. The searing blade only burns the intended enemy. The M32 Katana, that's a common shotgun, yeah. The M32 N23 Katana was a popular shotgun among Milky Way soldiers, criminals, and civilians. It was manufactured by Akari Technologies, an Earth-based company eager to do business with the Andromeda Initiative. And a Viper, rapid fire rifle, popular with military snipers who appreciate a long-range gun that could snap off multiple shots in a short period. Rosenkopf Materials sold a considerable number of Vipers to the initiative at a discount in return for undisclosed favors from initiative founder Gene Carson. Sell all salvage. I'm getting 2,000. Then buy the Viper then. Confirm trade. Yes. Boom. So I have your credits 2,170. I could just straight up buy the N7 Crusader shotgun. I'll save my money though for now. So if I look at my inventory, sniper rifles, I have the Viper 1. What if I have 2 initiative helmets and I have 2 initiative armors as well? Yeah, how do I put mods on this? Don't know. What does this do? This opens this. Alright. Wait, does it show I have all the money now? What else you got?
Hey.
He just says hey. Alright, that was a good purchase, I think. Operations. New location discovered. Security footage. Oh, is this emails? Damage control to Trian Cardros from Juntan, director. So director sent an email to the Turian guy. Okay, Kandros. As you are aware, there was a mutiny aboard the Nexus during your absence. Events escalated quickly, but we believe it began with a fire in hydroponics and theft in the armory. Motivations for the uprising vary. Mob mentality was certainly a favor, but for the leaders, including your predecessor, former security director Solane Kelly, it was a conscientious betrayal. There have been per-functioning attempts to catalog and address the damages caused by Solane's people during the uprising. Supplies stolen, equipment broken, thing of that nature. But I was hoping the militia could step in and draw up an official report. It's imperative we know what we are working with if we are going to survive. Director Tan. Alright. Damage control. 2. Tan, director from Trian Kratos. Director Tan, I need my people focused on defending the station, not taking inventory. If you really need militia oversight, I'll get Sergeant Nails to look at it. That said, it was my understanding that the exiles were more Klalix people than Solanes. Isn't he the one who started the mutiny? Kandaros. Okay. 2 Trian Kandros from Junta, Director of Andromeda Initiative. Calix Corvanis may have started it, but Solane made her allegiances clear. I know she held you in high regard, but I hope you can be impartial when it comes to this task. Director Tan. Solane Kelly's not who I thought she was. That won't be a problem. Kateros. From 210. Okay, good. Then you won't object to sending a small and discreet reconnaissance team to find out where Solane and the exiles might have gone. When they do get colonial affairs up and running, I don't want any surprises. Report, exiles. Forwarding report from Recon Team 232. Trails cold. Found what looks like abandoned camps in the Pelfer system, but none with living inhabitants, only graveyards. The conspirator Idra was among the dead, but not Solane Kelly. Kentaros. Alright, so they're trying to find out where people who started the thing went. The mutiny. They're still working on constructing stuff, I see. The Vigor Carbine. What is this? Sniper rifle scope, capacitor bow, sniper high penetration damage, omni-gel. I'm gonna take everything. Oh, Vigor Carbine is a shotgun? Alright, I guess.
But the planet was toxic. What if they store oxygen in porous tissue, like Quiro's rockfish?
I still reckon they had breather gear stowed in that armor.
Huh.
Perhaps both. Life is infinitely adaptable, as our expedition proves.
Hello, Professor Herrick. Doc, there you go.
You must be the Pathfinder. Wonderful. You and your Sam are exactly what we need.
Thanks, Mr.
Professor Herrick, my colleagues and I will work with your Sam and the data you gather to solve Andromeda's scientific mysteries.
What are your specialties?
What fields do you study?
Eric's into life sciences. I do planetary geology, oceanography, rocks and runoff. Aradana's the space and math whiz.
Not that we've had much to study, with everyone cooped up for 14 months.
But your data on the Scourge flows like poetry. Now we can better advise on repairing the damage it caused.
And maybe Addison will give us a real workspace. Who can think with all this racket?
Alright.
Pathfinder, those bioscans are superb. Could you gather more for our comparative conservation effort?
Sounds interesting. Yeah, sure.
What conservation effort?
Ah, my thesis is on the console there. Broad strokes, we're comparing and preserving organisms from both galaxies. If you donate more bioscans and samples to the catalog, I can get you a finder's fee. Tempted?
Sure. Alright, now what about you?
Pathfinder, we've had some trouble.
Anything I can help with?
Perhaps. I discharged an away team to get readings from a section of the Scourge that was behaving anomalously. They haven't reported in for some time, and sensors can't locate their shuttle. I sent them out there. Good, dedicated people. I fear what might have happened to them.
I have hope.
Don't give up hope. When I'm out there, I'll see if I can find them.
Their friends and family will want to know what's happened, and I need to know.
I'll see if I can find out. Anything
The
else?
beauty of the cosmos unfolds in your planet scans, Pathfinder. But there is more they can do.
How can I help?
Do you have something in mind, Doctor?
Plans for a school are underway to inspire a new generation of young minds.
Okay.
I want to craft a model of the cluster for them, accurate and splendid from your data. My prototype is on that console. Add more scans to improve it, and I will share my educational budget with you. And my thanks.
Alright. The model of the spears. And Lucan.
Hi, Pathfinder. Want to hit some rocks for science?
Try and stop me.
Absolutely. What do you need?
Sam and I used your scans and made a VI for geophysics surveys. Beta builds on the console there. Test it out in the field, and I'll wrangle you a consultant's bonus from Director Addison. How's that sound?
Sounds good.
Please be advised that Hyperion docking procedures are now complete.
Use the console. Final proposal. Professor N. Helic et al. Since we are by definition an invasive species in Andromeda, our inevitable footprint must be laid carefully, and we must preserve anything we replace. The Helios cluster presents an unexpected challenge. We arrived with seed archives and DNA banks to ensure preservation of the biodiversity of the Milky Way, but this cluster is scarred by the Scourge, and its unique flora and fauna are threatened by its turbulence. That too requires conservation. Activate. Geophysics VI beta build. Patch notes. Chief R. Lucan. GSV 2031. Streamlined interface with OmniTool. Minimal lag. GSV 2093. Tuned voice recognition to recognize both aluminum and aluminum. Okay. GSV 2105. Haptic interface no longer defaults to transparent. Also resolves GSV 2037. Haptic interface not found. GSV 2135. Customized SAM handshake protocols. And we got a cluster model. Dr. Leinomi Ariadna. The 3 initial system models will be complete by next week. We shall see our place in the world. Orbital variance for the Nexus. It must be corrected as construction continues our orientation. Corrects our orientation. A reminder, our daughters will not know stasis, the 600 years sleeping. They will be born of Andromeda and whatever is unfolding. This cluster in its chaos was not welcoming, but it matters less what we suffer here, more what we bring. That's a cool looking song. Andromeda wildlife. Can I scan you? Are you wildlife? Nope. Scan minerals. Nothing here. And scan planets across Helios. 50 of them. Oh, Liam's here.
The hand of the too small for lizards.
You'd be surprised. There's also Purvine in the seed bank.
Nobody's making Creeper in Andromeda.
You'd be surprised.
Just wrong.
What's wrong? Just wrong. Well, talk to him first.
No time for our beer yet. This place is a mess. Security is let's call it strained.
I can believe it. The Nexus is running on empty.
Not just that. A lot of the exiles were security. Everyone was trained and armed for Frontier. We know Ket are dangerous, and now we have to worry about our people too. No idea where they went, but they left mad.
Well, let's not write them off, yeah.
They were frustrated. If they just wanted to kill, they could have fought to the last here.
Apparently we're the big hope for everyone. Not the Hyperion showing. Just us. I'm with you. It's just a lot.
We'll get it back to spec, yeah.
As long as the Nexus is here, as long as we're here, we have a job to do.
Double down crisis mode. I can do that. We can do that. Ready and willing, Pathfinder.
Alright. Ready and willing.
Pathfinder, I'm feeling less bad about missing a year of this. Everyone's beaten down. Nothing to do but watch the reserve shrink.
And now all eyes are on us.
All I know is, we have to fix it.
And we will. What more you gotta say?
It's quieter here. Still get opinions, of course. And talk to security.
What about?
Leaders, direction, lack of it. Tan is the standout. But none of them have made friends.
Who would you support?
Who would you say is actually measuring up?
My dad would say elections were rubbish because you don't get people who could do the job, you got politicians. By that measure, I go Addison. She does not want that job.
Alright.
Ryder?
Alright, so we're done here. Is there nothing in the armory? Come on, man. Give me a gun.
Engineering update. We are working on accessing more power from the Hyperion.
Mariette.
It's not right. It's not fair.
First female Krogan I've
What's
ever
wrong?
seen, by the way.
Oh my, you're... So it's true. A Pathfinder has found us. There's hope at last. Maybe you could help. You're impartial. This whole thing has gotten so political. My husband, he's locked up and slated for exile for a crime he didn't commit.
What was the crime?
What exactly was he convicted of?
They don't exile you for petty theft. Well, maybe this bunch would. They say it's murder. They're calling him the first murderer in Andromeda, but the dead man was his friend. He wouldn't have... There are witnesses and evidence, but it's all circumstantial. At worst, it was an accident. His name is Nilken Rensis. He could give you the details if you were willing to speak with him. Please.
Of course.
I'd be happy to.
Oh, thank you. I'm sure the jailer will allow you a visit.
I think I saw him.
Please, tell Nilken I love him.
I guess she's not allowed close. Makes sense. Or maybe she could sneak him something. I don't know what. Nexus reunion. Spectre Catan and Pathfinder headquarters. Datapad. Lieutenant, based on status report 16C, it seems we are no closer to gaining a foothold in any sector. Apex status. Without decent recon and greater intel on this enemy, I'm starting to think our efforts are futile. The risk involved in and continued loss of resources and lives makes it hard to justify. With morale this low, we need to scale down expectations again. Cantoros. Alright, and this is the planetary model. No, strike team missions. Oh, here's Candaros. Hello.
I know that look. The others bent your ear, did they?
Something like that?
You get used to it. Just focus on being a Pathfinder. Can't argue with results, though they'll try. Anyway, welcome to Militia HQ. Excuse the mess. This office fields militia work, Nexus security, and looking for the Turian Ark.
What's the word on the Turian Ark?
Scattered readings. Some indicate the Natanus was destroyed, others that people are alive. Who knows? If you need anything, come see me, even if it's just a vent.
Tell me about the Ket.
What do you know about the enemies we've encountered? The Ket.
We usually see them on worlds with those alien structures. The Ket don't take kindly to anyone studying them. Not sure why. They don't talk to us. Every time we cross paths, there's a fight or they take prisoners.
Why? What do they want?
No one knows. But I've seen their weaponry and what they do to those prisoners. I want them a long, long way from the Nexus.
Coming to Andromeda.
What brought you out here to Andromeda?
I was tired of being the good one.
The good one?
The Kandros family is old military. There were expectations, you know. Then my sister became a sculptor and cousin Irene went pirate on Omega. Everyone was proud that I stayed in service. But I kept wondering, when do I get my adventure? Jen Garson's dream was so grand, so gutsy, I had to be part of it.
What is your role?
You talk like you weren't part of the leadership. How did you end up commanding the militia?
I was escorting a prospecting team on some moon when those Ket found us. They penned us like cattle for experiments. I managed to get loose, snatched a gun, and freed the others. By the time we killed the bastards and headed back to warn the Nexus, everyone looked at me like I was in charge.
That sounds familiar.
The militia grew from there. Funny, once the heat is on, all kinds of people rise to the top.
Now what about Turian welfare?
Are the other Turians managing okay?
So-so. We're not good at sitting around in a crisis. Service before self gets drummed into us at boot camp. That's probably why so many of us are in the militia. We like to earn our citizenship, whatever galaxy we're in. But it's hard to focus with our arc missing.
Now, what are your uses? What do you do?
It's rough out there. I might need backup, if you can spare the people.
I have strike teams specializing in assault and extraction. If you need serious firepower, my Apex teams have you covered. In fact, I could give you authority to dispatch them. It'll cut down their response time.
Thank you.
Our current ops are on the terminal. See if there's anything that could use a shot where it counts.
Alright, goodbye.
Bye, Kandros. Duty calls.
You and me both, Pathfinder.
Anything new?
No news on the Turian arc yet. Or is this militia business?
Goodbye.
Bye, Kandros. Duty calls.
You and me both, Pathfinder.
Alright, so we got some new stuff. The initiative. Wait, what was this? History organization notes here. Andromeda Initiative, Militia and Apex. Though encountering hostile species was a possible scenario, political, philosophical, and resource restraints in the Milky Way mean that Andromeda Initiative does not have a standing army and only minimal military hardware. Defense was planned to revolve around technological superiority. The Ket, however, represent a greater threat than anyone projected. The Nexus militia was formed by Trian Kendaros after he was captured by the Ket and led other prisoners in an escape. Debriefs show that upon their return to the Nexus, Kendaros and his team provided the first early warnings about the Ket and despite counter-arguments founded an armed voluntary militia. Today, enrollment lists show over 300 active members with 150 in reserve from a variety of combat backgrounds. Kendaros describes Apex as the militia's long range. Selected for exemplary combat skills and experience, Apex forces are small but elite teams that handle special operations. Most Apex members have rescinded their colonist status to focus on defense. And we have Trian Kendaros. In his screening interviews, Trian Kendaros states he is named after an ancestor who captured a dreadnought in the Krogan rebellions and he was expected to live up to the name. After beginning boot camp at the traditional age of 15, Kendaros rose to the ranks and was assigned to Sagres 8, one of the hierarchy's counter-terrorism divisions. Persistent rumors on the Nexus claim that Kendaros was sent to investigate the Andromeda Initiative when the hierarchy became suspicious about its activities. Kendaros refuses to comment on former operations, citing family pressures as the reason he later joined the initiative. During the early years of the Nexus's arrival, Kendaros left the station to act as protection detail for a prospecting team and was captured by the Ket. He managed to lead several other captives in an escape and returned to the Nexus, eventually founding a volunteer militia to defend the station. Alright, he's a good guy. I can just...
This console reports on the militia's current strike team missions, Pathfinder. Please speak with Tyrion Kandros for authorization to participate.
I have it.
Please speak with Tyrion Kandros for authorization to participate.
Hello.
That's the console for our strike teams.
Yeah.
What are they?
Assault and extraction squads. When we need the best, I have Apex. Combat experts who've signed up to defend us. Since you have a front row view of the cluster, I can give you authority to dispatch them.
For what?
What situations should they handle?
Protecting civilian outposts holding key positions, or just distracting the Ket. Authorization complete. Good luck out there.
Alright, I can inspect available strike team missions. Strike teams can be sent on missions to support the Andromeda Initiative. If they succeed, they'll earn XP and Ryder will gain a reward. If they fail, they'll earn only a small amount of XP and no special reward. Apex is the most elite strike team in the cluster and handle critical missions. Select a mission and press space to send Apex. Your progress will be automatically saved before multiplayer is launched. Wait, what? You will then play the role of an Apex operative in a small squad. Play Apex missions in multiplayer either with friends or through public matchmaking to earn strike team rewards for Ryder and additional bonuses. Alright. Select to complete in multiplayer or assign a strike team. Read the description for each mission, the time limit to attempt the mission and the reward for successfully completing this mission and any mission traits or properties. These missions are currently available for your strike team. Select a mission with space to send a strike team. Check back daily for new available missions. This icon describes difficulty of the mission. We have distract enemy forces. Time required 4 hours. Expires in 17 hours. We need the enemy to pay attention to something other than our planned activity. Hit them as loudly as possible to draw their attention so that we can deploy forces covertly. Mission traits. Scary nighttime mission cat. 10 mission fronts, bronze item loot box, research data loot box. Eliminate hazardous materials. Okay, this is eliminate supplies. This is like for the future, I guess. This is multiplayer. You've inspected it, yeah. Can't go here. That must be the exit. Yeah, 1 second. I'll deal with this crime first, I think. Sergeant Akir, let me in.
Help you?
Pathfinder Ryder, here to see Nilken Rensis.
Ah, our murderer. Wife's here all the time. Guess she told you her sob story. Nilken, you're moving up in the world. There's a Pathfinder wanting to chat with you.
The Pathfinder, huh? They called in the big guns to exile Andromeda's first murderer.
Know why I'm here.
I'm not here to exile you. Told your wife I'd look into things.
At this point, it's too late. They found me guilty.
Why don't you tell me what happened?
I was part of the futile effort to set up a colony on Eos. We were on our last legs, overrun by hostiles, our leader dead. The security chief, Reynolds, my friend, he refused to call for evacuation. I argued with him. Everyone saw.
And then he died.
So when he was killed, people assumed you did it?
For good reason. He ordered us to regroup and counterattack. We were moving through a sandstorm. I saw movement, thought it was the Ket, and I guess I panicked and fired. Witness saw the chief's chest explode.
So it was unintentional.
Sounds like an accident.
That's what I told them. But I was enraged when we argued. There's a recording. It's ugly. Everyone's certain I did it on purpose so we could evacuate. Only my word otherwise.
The evidence will decide, yeah.
I'll check out the evidence. Maybe something doesn't add up.
It'd be nice to have someone with an open mind looking at it. You're a Pathfinder. I'm sure Kandros would give you access. Maybe there's still hope.
Maybe. Well, they are not known to be killers, right? Turians are usually all about civil service and all that. Self before, I don't know. Let's see.
No news on the Turian Ark yet? Or is this militia business?
Mercus.
I spoke with Nilken Rensis, the man found guilty of the murder on Eos.
Yes, our first murder here in Andromeda. I wish it had been our last. When the colony attempts failed, it didn't help spirits that a high-ranking officer was killed by one of our own. The mutiny here on Nexus was probably inevitable, but this acted as a spark.
And he was found guilty.
So there was a trial, and he was found guilty?
It was short and decisive. Despite the lack of physical evidence, everything added up.
Really?
His only defense was, trust me, I didn't mean to do it.
And you didn't trust him?
And you assume he's lying?
What's a lie to a murderer? Look, knock yourself out. A key witness, Cassidy Shaw, works in operations. Go ahead and talk to her. And there's a recording of the perpetrator threatening the victim. I'll let you cue it up on the console there. As far as I'm concerned, this case is closed.
Alright.
Bye, Kandros. Duty calls.
You and me both, Pathfinder.
Which console exactly are you queuing this up on? Not on this, right? Ah, here it is. Recording. Listen.
The Nexus versus Colonist Nilken, Evidence 7A.
Hiram! Hiram! They've seized the compound! Call for evacuation!
We're not giving up, Nilken. We're taking it back.
No! I'm not letting your ego get us killed! Even if I have to...
No! Get him off me! Get him off me!
Engineering update. We are working on accessing more power from the Hyperion.
He was pissed.
All non-relevant repair requests are currently on hold until power coupling is complete.
Doesn't mean that he killed him, but... Release assignments. Nexus. First murderer. Speak with witness Shaw.
Yeah, looks like the blasters got displaced at the last minute. Hopefully one of the other arcs will have some in stock. I'll keep an eye out.
Hmm.
Tram technicians, please report to the Hyperion coupling.
All right, moving on. Docking clamps,
Fully active and engaged.
docking hatch integrity,
100% Nexus control.
and we're done. Hyperion status, all clear.
Nice. Hey, Cassidy Shaw.
Cassidy Shaw? I'm Ryder. I'm looking into the Nilken murder case.
Oh man, I thought that was over with. Have you heard the audio recording of their fight?
Yes.
I helped pull him off Chief Reynolds. You could see it in his eyes. He was gonna kill him. Then in the sandstorm, I had a pretty clear view of the chief. He looked right at Nilken and shouted no. Then his chest burst open. I'll never forget it. The look on his face was pure shock.
Did you agree with the chief?
Reynolds was leading you back to retake the compound. Did you agree with that?
It wasn't my place to agree or disagree. He was ranking officer.
That's
In
enough.
retrospect, it is ironic. If he hadn't been killed, we all probably would have died.
And we'll get there.
Did you see any cat in the vicinity?
Nilken said so, but not that I could see. Still, the sandstorm was severe. Visibility wasn't great.
And did you regret it?
Did Nilken seem remorseful?
I lost sight of Nilken in the turmoil. When we found him, he seemed in shock. He couldn't speak. He looked nauseated. Could have been killed. The reality of the act sinking in.
And why was the chief shocked?
If they'd fought and Nilken threatened to kill him, why was Reynolds surprised?
Fronts fight, say things they don't mean, maybe even hurt each other. But you don't expect your best friend to shoot you. To me, that's the saddest part. The chief's heart was broken right before it exploded.
Alright, thank you.
I appreciate the information.
Of course. It kills me we had to leave him behind. He deserved a proper funeral.
So the body was never examined? Important piece of a murder investigation.
Tian wouldn't allow a mission to go back for him. Said it was too dangerous.
Please be advised that
Okay.
Hyperion docking procedures are now complete.
I gotta go there then. That's the next step, right? We'll talk to Tan and that'll be the end of... This is the place we have to go anyway now.
This is the planet where we landed. Habitat 7. It wasn't even close to livable.
That's been true of every world we found. Ryder, we were discussing your next expedition.
You trust me now?
I thought I didn't measure up as Pathfinder.
Director Addison keeps her own counsel. I keep mine.
And when you disagree?
I oversee the entire initiative, and I have decided to give you a chance to prove yourself.
Great.
To that end, the Scourge dealt us a serious blow. Whatever it is, our scientists theorize it's not natural.
An artificial energy cloud?
It wasn't here when we left the Milky Way, yet it rendered all the golden worlds unlivable. Then there's the aliens you ran into, the Ket. They're obsessed with alien structures we found scattered around the cluster. They'll do anything to prevent others from accessing them. It seems murder isn't exclusive to the Milky Way. And now the challenge is to settle a world in spite of all that. This one here. Eos.
How?
Okay. That's the one I want to go to anyway.
You need to increase the viability of the planet so we can establish an outpost. Then we can bring more colonists out of stasis. The more colonists we have, the more resources we can gather to support the Nexus. Everything depends on it. There are 6 worlds we hope to settle.
Okay, but you said every planet you found is unlivable. So, how do I...
A good Pathfinder would relish the challenge of solving it.
Right. I think I should go check on things.
And if I fail, I guess it's no sweat off your back, right? You'll just look for another Pathfinder?
Placing bets on people is part of my job. Some of them pay off. Others...
Just find the way, buddy.
Just point me to my ship and I'll be out of here.
They're prepping it now in the docking bay. The coordinates for Eos will be in the computer. And when you have a moment, we should discuss the missing arcs.
I was wondering about that.
Oh, feedback loop? From the
Something
feedback
wrong?
from the thing?
Ryder, please see me and Sam node on the Hyperion. Your implant needs attention, and we need to discuss a confidential matter.
Okay.
No, I'm fine.
Level up. You've reached level 3. Skill up, 3 points. Speak with Tan. Oh, whoa. The Nexus. Andromeda Initiative Director Tan. Andromeda Initiative Director Jervin Tan is the replacement leader for those who died in the Scourge disaster. Personnel records indicate he was the Nexus's deputy director for revenue management when the Arcs departed the Milky Way in 2185. However, upon arrival in the Helios cluster, the disastrous encounter with the Scourge led to substantial loss of life among the senior leadership. The line of succession eventually fell to Tan as the next in line for overall director, much to the apparent uh, consternation of certain Nexus personnel. Born on Surkesh, Tan's application to the initiative lists his previous work experience as senior consultant, advanced matrix-based accounting, with hobbies in the model ship building and travel someday. When queried if he had any prejudices that would affect his ability to serve the initiative, his answer was blank. However, careful data forensics reveals the original reply was, "Wait, you're letting Krogan come along? Oh, great." Today, Director Tan has official oversight of initiative operations and strategy, and effective supervision of Pathfinder teams. The Scourge. The Scourge is the colloquial term for a huge and extremely dangerous interstellar phenomenon sighted across much of the Helios cluster. It appears to be a cloud spreading in tendrils that affect planets and surrounding space, destroying starships that attempt to pass through or near it. Early study of the Scourge has been difficult, and it does not match any previously known stellar body, leading to many wild theories about its nature. Given the problems in observation and the Scourge's unaccounted effects on gravity, some have even suggested that it is a dark energy phenomenon in the literal sense, meaning a form of energy that has no electromagnetic interaction and thus cannot be detected. Hence dark, yet has strong negative pressure, causing expansive effects on a cosmic scale. Though the Scourge's characteristics don't match our current understanding of dark energy, these theories persist while further observations are taken. No long-range data showed any sign of the Scourge before departure to the Helios cluster. Nexus scientists suggest it must have appeared in the intervening centuries while the arcs traveled to Andromeda. One of the Scourge's more interesting characteristics is that it appears artificial. Its origin point is yet to be determined, but the pattern of the tendrils and the composition of the cloud could not have been caused by any celestial event known to astrophysics. Investigations are ongoing, though slowed by the deadly conditions created by the Scourge. They're saying it's not natural. Ships and vehicles. Oh, you have all the arcs. Arc Parcherio. Arc Parcherio is the Andromeda Initiative's designated vessel for transporting Solarian colonists to the new galaxy. Mirroring the design of its human counterpart, Hyperion, Arc Parcherio can accommodate 20,000 passengers and crew in cryogenic stasis. Parcherio's development was plagued by early delays and disagreements between its senior crew and the initiative's design team. The Solarian penchant for constantly pushing the boundaries of technology was often at odds with the realities of budgets and time constraints. At one point, it was calculated that if every vital and necessary improvement suggested by the Solarian contingent was incorporated into the Parcherio's design, its launch would have been delayed until 2204 at the soonest. After considerable negotiation and debate, a compromise was reached and Arc Parcherio departed the Milky Way in 2185 in the initial wave of settlers under command of Captain Lumont Hager. Arc Lucinia. This one was orange. This is pink. Hyperion was blue, of course. Constructed in orbit around Piaris in the Asari home system Parnithia, Arc Lucinia is named after a kingdom of wealth and learning in Asari mythology. She is built to the same specifications as her sister Arc Hyperion, with internal modifications to accommodate Asari social preferences and captained by Alnois Atandra. The Andromeda initiative was initially rejected as a human-driven boondoggle by many Asari investors, and the construction of the Lucinia was met with ridicule. However, the efforts drew the attention of several matriarchs who had assisted in previous attempts to send crewed missions to Andromeda, and their impassioned extranet addresses helped turn the tide of public opinion. In her departure ceremony, Arc Lucinia was officially blessed by the Atamana Politica, an organization of Sierrist high priestesses from across the Asari republics. Arc Lucinia traveled to the initiative rendezvous point in 2184 and left the Milky Way as part of the initial departure wave in 2185. So, 2185, Arc Hyperion, blah blah blah, 2185, yep. So, they should all be here then. And Arc Netarius, which is green. Arc Netarius was constructed in orbit around Abertran, a once lucrative mining planet in the Turian home system Trebia. The Ark was named after legendary spacefarer Palix Netarius, who is believed to be the first Turian to travel through a mass relay. The Natanus is built to similar specifications as the Asari and human arcs, but with minor changes to accommodate her dextroamino acid based passengers. Natanus is captained by the renowned Dia Patron of the 6th Fleet. Like most economical ventures, Turian investors were turned onto the Andromeda initiative by their clients, the Volus. The Turian hierarchy was intentionally kept in the dark to keep the initiative a private civilian project. Archnetarius traveled to the initiative rendezvous point in 2184, left the Milky Way as part of the initial departure wave in 2185. Alright. So even his office is not completely built. Looks like it's gonna be much bigger. It's like the receptionist office.
Ryder, you have my condolences for your father.
I appreciate it.
I didn't know him very well, although I understand he played a key role in planning the initiative. I'm sure he'd be concerned that we still have several arcs missing.
And what happened to them?
Any idea where they went?
Nothing certain, but tens of thousands of colonists are unaccounted for. It paints the initiative in an unflattering light. Did you have some other business?
The Nilkan murder charge.
I'm looking into the Nilkan Rensis murder charge.
And?
I want to go to Eos and retrieve Chief Reynolds' body.
Yep.
That isn't usually Pathfinder business.
First murder in Andromeda, and I'm impartial. Figured you'd want to get it right.
Settling an outpost comes first. But I suppose I have no objections. Physical evidence will only bolster the case.
The body can reveal much.
The more certain we can be, the better.
Yeah.
All right, but let's keep it quiet. I don't want people thinking we're reopening the case. I hope anything you find reaffirms what's been done, but if it sheds a different light, we'll deal with it. We'll send the coordinates of the murder scene. Good luck.
What about the missing arcs?
Any more information you can give me on the missing arcs?
No, and that is the distressing part. The Asari, Turian, and Solarian arcs are completely unaccounted for. If they had the same problems with the Scourge that we did, I fear the worst. Should you find any clues, please investigate. Without the other arcs, the promise of the initiative can never be fulfilled.
Additional arcs?
Are there any other arcs we should expect?
We had hoped Quarians would be part of the first wave, but before departure in 2185, we got word they had technical problems with their ship.
Might still be coming.
It seems they're also bringing along Drell, Hanar, and other species as well. Managing all of their biological needs caused complications.
Makes sense.
We won't see them for some time to come.
The Nexus troubles.
It sounds like the Nexus has had a rough time of it.
Publicly, I would say we're more than up for the challenge. Privately, I can tell you, it's been a disaster. The Scourge killed hundreds, many of them our senior leadership. Even the founder of the initiative, Gian Garson, is dead.
Really?
How did Gene Garson die?
With the rest of the leadership, when the Nexus hit the Scourge, a large wing of stasis pods was destroyed.
Just destroyed,
They
straight
were
up.
killed instantly. These people traveled 600 years and died before they even woke up. Gian Garson never glimpsed Helios. She never saw her vision realized.
The Scourge disaster.
Cantor's mentioned something about hitting the Scourge. How did it play out?
Criminal elements took advantage of the emergency and preyed on people's fears. An uprising followed. We had no choice but to turn to the Krogan to deal with them. They crushed the mutiny and the criminals were banished. Exiles, we call them. I doubt we've heard the last of them. They're led by an outlaw, Sloane Kelly. She used to be one of ours.
Yeah, I heard of
Who
her.
is this Sloane Kelly?
She was head of security on the Nexus. She opposed the uprising at first, but eventually turned traitor and joined them. Misguided sympathy for the plight of the common citizen? Nonsense. They posed a direct threat to our existence.
Where are the Krogan?
There don't seem to be many Krogan around.
Good riddance.
Oh,
The
great.
Krogan demanded a greater say in political matters. The last place you want them involved. Their muscle, nothing more.
Wow.
Good for fighting and lifting heavy objects. When they didn't get what they wanted, they left.
So you don't like the Krogan, huh?
Why don't you like the Krogan?
It's common knowledge that they are a violent, ignorant species. Long ago, they waged nuclear war on one another. Their planet was decimated. My people tried to uplift them, but the Krogan could never tame their worst instincts. What if they bring their tempers to Andromeda? We'll all be dead.
What about the initiative?
What more can you tell me about the initiative?
It represents the greatest migration ever attempted. No one had ventured beyond the Milky Way before. We've all left home in search of freedom, fortune, perhaps a new beginning. We are the bravest souls each species has to offer. I hope the Nexus will serve as the seat of government for us all.
What are the origins?
What do you know about the early days of the initiative?
As most everyone knows, Jean Garson's vision made it happen. She was an entrepreneur on Earth. Wealthy. Young for a human. Garson had the idea for the initiative in the early 2170s, I believe. Many thought leaving the Milky Way was impossible. But she persevered. And as with most great ideas, the doubters were wrong.
And why did you come here?
Why do you think most people came?
Oh, most people.
There
okay.
are thousands of reasons, one for every colonist here. What does any pilgrim seek? Usually, happiness. Finding the thing that eludes them, the thing to fulfill them. While we cannot promise they will find it, we can facilitate the search.
It looks like a melting pot around here.
The Nexus is home to several initiative species. Many came ahead of the Arks. The hope is that this station will one day serve as the governing body in Andromeda. Though I'm not sure what they were thinking, lumping Krogan into the mix.
Wow.
As a Solarian,
Again.
my kind tend to have a low opinion of them. Nothing I've seen here has changed that.
Alright. Your role.
As director of the initiative, are you in charge around here or what?
If the others would allow me, they don't see me as the rightful successor.
Good luck.
So how does anything get done?
In theory, Kesh handles the Nexus's physical operations, Kandros runs the militia, and Addison manages colonial affairs. I oversee all of it. In practice, we argue, debate, and yell at each other until a decision is made. If we're lucky. It is maddening.
And why the doubt? Because you were eighth
What's
in
the
line.
problem with you?
I am not Gian Garson. Our founder was charismatic, eccentric, larger than life. Traits I cannot hope to mimic. She and her inner circle perished in the Scourge, some at the hands of the Exiles. Some
Really?
never made it out of stasis. I was deputy assistant for revenue
They killed
management.
people, huh? Straight up.
Then all seven
I guess
leaders
so.
above me died. I was next in line for the role.
Revenue management?
So, you're an accountant?
Don't let that fool you.
Hmm.
We are all capable of more than we know. When I was young, I was fascinated by the idea of exploring space. Life had its detours, and I went a different direction. Then I heard about the initiative, and saw my chance to try the path not taken. While I may not be setting foot on new worlds, my authority can ensure that you do.
Right. Sorry.
And planet viability, last one.
What do I need to consider in making a planet viable?
Assuming the planet supports life, an outpost is critical. People like a roof over their heads, and you'll want to eliminate any hostile threats.
Okay.
Whether that's the cat or other terrors lurking in Helios, colonists being murdered on sight can be discouraging. Also, scouting and mapping terrain is a priority for any Pathfinder. And don't forget forward stations. You'll want those.
What are they?
What can you tell me about forward stations?
I was afraid you'd ask. It's mostly what the engineers tell me. A forward station allows mining, equipment repairs, and resupply for field teams. I mean, who wouldn't want that? But
Sounds
seeing
useful.
as how every colonization effort has failed, it's just theory at the moment. You get to test it out, Ryder.
Alright, goodbye.
That's all. Thanks for your time.
I'm happy to help. You will find our futures depend on each other's success. Good luck.
Good talk. 50 XP. Speak with Tan is done. Investigate murder evidence for first murder.
Something I can help you with?
Nope.
That's all. Thanks for your time.
I'm here to serve.
There you are. And a better beginning, speak with Sam. Alright, now that we are completely done here.
Engineering reports. Hyperion power drop is now
Oh my god. Are you okay?
Hey, you okay?
I'm fine. My arms got the brunt of it.
Stuff exploding like this happen often?
Back right after the mutiny, we had a lot of this happening. But not lately.
I wasn't there during the mutiny.
Lucky. I thought we were done with this, honestly. That maybe I was just being paranoid.
Why paranoid?
What is there to be paranoid about?
Someone is
We've
sabotaging
had
it?
3 malfunctions in the past week.
That's not good. Sorry, understatement.
Yeah. And now I have more repairs.
Did you report this?
Did you talk to security about this?
How can I? For all I know, someone in security is the one doing this. I've scanned all the potential sabotage areas I can think of, but I don't know who to trust anymore.
Sounds like a lot went down before the Hyperion docked.
Yeah, I guess. Wait, that's it. You can't possibly be involved in this. You weren't even here during the mutiny. Would you, if you have time? Maybe you could help me. If they start hitting critical systems.
Yeah.
Sure thing. What can I do?
If you could scan these other panels while I fix this one, that'd really help. I've sent the locations to your Omni tool. Just send me the data when you're done.
Alright.
No, I'm fine. And I don't know, it just blew up.
Find out why. Be careful.
Anyway, we'll continue this. We can save game now. Look at that. Boom. And I'll see you all in the next episode.